Okay, in this segment I want to talk a little bit about how co-teaching strategies evolve. And we've already hinted at it with some of when we talked about strategies, because I talked about them in the order that I do think they evolve in a classroom, in a co-teaching relationship. And the first two that are easiest is one teach, one observe, one teach, one assist. There's very little pressure on the professional intern. The teacher still has most of the control in the classroom, and the professional intern is helping, assisting, or observing, and they're not responsible for classroom management. They probably didn't do very much of the planning, and they may or may not do some of the assessing. And they're really, at that time, probably learning different skills related to working with individual children, or maybe even small groups of children. At the next level, I would group the next three strategies together. It seems like teachers use them according to what feels most comfortable to their classroom. A number of teachers, I was actually surprised in the last workshop, pretty quickly went to splitting their class in half and letting the professional intern teach half of their class while they taught half the class, and it seemed to work pretty well. It's a fairly simple structure. One of the things you may need for it is a place to take the class, or have a classroom that's big enough to hold two different groups, because noise could become a factor if we've got two groups discussing. But based on the way teachers talk about it, it seems to be a very doable type strategy. Another one that it can be done pretty quickly is alternative teaching, which is where the teacher, the cooperating teacher, is leading, but the professional internship or teacher candidate takes a small group of students from the room, or works with them in a corner and works with in a small group. But again, that's fairly low risk to the teacher candidate. It could have great benefit if they develop their own lesson plan, if they create their own kind of own assessment. They're getting practice with how to go through those steps and how to cycle the preparation, teaching, and assessment cycle that goes with teaching. But again, they're not under the pressure of trying to manage the whole class in terms of discipline. Another one is station teaching, and again, I think that's low risk. It just seems to me that teachers tend to use it with their professional interns to the degree that they use it in their classroom anyway. But it's very much like alternative teaching, in that you're dealing with a small group of children, which takes pressure off and allows you to work with learners and think about what they're thinking about, and give them feedback and provide support, but without again all the other things you have to think about when you're managing the whole class.